Hey y'all, it's Sandy McTier. Welcome to my studio. I am testing something today. You ever have one of those crazy ideas and think, I wonder if it's going to work? So I'm just playing around with my Gelli Arts gel printing plate that I got at Creativation. And one of these, hot trends that's going on right now is the pouring. And DecoArt has a new pouring medium, so I was going to test and see if I could do some cool things with the jelly plate. So we'll see. So I'm just going to do a dirty pour, and this is just some of the DecoArt pouring medium mixed in with some DecoArt fluid acrylics. And I'm using Hansa Yellow Light, Cobalt Teal Hue, green gold, how could I forget that? It's one of my favorite colors, and titanium white. And so I'm just kind of alternating back and forth between the colors. A little fun color bullseye, doesn't it? A little bit more white. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pour some of the white onto the gel plate here, the jelly plate, and then just take a brayer and just kind of brayer that on, brayer that on to the plate here. You can already start to see it's separating. Oh, can't wait to see what this looks like. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to pop on this cool Southern Ridge Trading Company stencil. Let's get that down. In fact, let me clean off this brayer, and then I'm going to actually go over it, just because I want to make sure it's kind of embedded into that just a little bit, into the paint, not into the jelly plate. And I just put the white down to kind of give what I'm pouring on a little bit something to grab to. Okay, let's see. So, actually what I'm going to do first is I have just this canvas pad. I'm just going to lay that down first just to pick up some of that paint, just a little bit. I'll just kind of lightly press it. Oh, and it gave it some great texture too. So once that dries, you can't see the pattern on it. Well, maybe you can there. That will leave some great texture for a background, so I will use that later. Okay, so I'm going to just start pouring this. Just go with me. Let's see what it does. Nothing yet, but let's pour a little bit more of the color in there. A little more green, a little more blue. I actually was thinking I had way too much paint mixed up, but obviously not. So, pour that on. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, then I'm actually just going to take the handle of a brush and just kind of swipe that. I don't want the paint to run over too much. Now let me tell you a cool trick and tip with your pours. Take a picture of it or scan it on your printer and use that for some collage paper. It makes amazing designs, and oh, look at those cells. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to take the canvas part of this canvas paper and lay that down. Let's see what we get. Okay, how cool is that? Hopefully I'm going to start getting some cells in there, but I want to mix just right in here, get a little bit of paint in that area. Okay, so I'm going to lay this to the side, and I'll show you in a minute. I can start to see the cells starting to part up. Starting to pop up. So I'm going to lay this to the side. And then I'm going to lift up my stencil Dun, dun, dun. Cool little white circles left. And then I'm going to take another piece again of the canvas pad. And there's two sides. This one's a little bit shiny, and this side is just the fabric. So obviously this has a layer of gesso to prime it. How stinking cool is that? Where the stencil was lifted up, it is doing some cells right there. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, I'm going to lay that down and just gently press it. I want to make sure I connect with that paint that's on the jelly plate, and then lift up. It looks very similar. Funny enough, I didn't push in the same place because I'm missing paint in that area, exactly where I did before. So I'm just going to pick up a brush and put some of that paint in there. All right, so I'm running out of places to dry it. Not seeing any cells on this one just yet, but I do see, again, some of the relief where the stencil was laid down. So I'm going to put this one to the side. Just kind of lay it down. Just to get a little bit different pattern than what I was getting from the other. Cool. Okay, and then lay those corners down. Let's see what I get. Awesome. Love the texture that I just got in there. Nice little straight line there. So I'm just going to lay it down again. Try not to lose that pretty color. Okay, so that one has less than the other two did. I'm going to lay that to the side. And once it dries, and I can see all these cells starting to pop up, oh my gosh, especially on this one to my left. But I want to grab a piece of cardstock because I still want to use some of this right here. So let me grab that. Actually, I'm going to lay a different stencil. So let's lay, because I could cut this up and use just the circles. Hello. How cool is that? Not perfect circles, but you know what? I just cut in a little bit smaller. Look like little worlds, don't they? Okay, so I'll lift this one up. Put that with my other dirty stencil. Okay, and then lay down. This time I'm just going to rub a little bit harder to pick up the majority of the paint and pouring medium that's on there and see what I get. Okay, let me just tell you how stinking cool that is. I could so see, you see there's such a glare, I could see printing that off again and again and again and using that for collage paper in my art journal. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, because I just want to keep playing, see what works, is I'm going to pour the rest of these paints together. Let's get some green. I did a little out of order, but that's okay from what I had done before. So blue, green, yellow. Again, this is DecoArt's pouring medium, which should be in stores maybe March, April. Go on all of the craft stores' Facebook pages and tell them how much you want this product. And then I mixed it in with the DecoArt Fluid Acrylics. If you're not familiar with those, absolutely love this product. Okay. So now I'm going to actually just pour it onto the gel plate and see what I get. And you can do this on any surface. I was just thinking that maybe with this jelly plate from Gelli Arts that maybe I had a little bit more play time. Maybe it would react and do some really cool things. And so far I'm absolutely loving it. Do you see all those cells? There's no silicone at all, no Floetrol, nothing mixed in with this medium. It is the paint and the pouring medium. You guys are absolutely going to flip a wig when you see how easy it is to use this stuff. Okay, so because I have a brayer, I'm just going to brayer some of that on. Maybe get different color combinations here. And then I'm just going to pour. Let's get some of this out. drizzle some of that color on. I love it when you can already start to see the cells that are building in the cup from all the paint you mix together. That's when you know that it is going to have some pretty cells when you pour it on. Okay, and no using a torch. Haven't used a torch, although you can. Those, you know, all great ticks. Can you tell I've been on a trip and my tongue is tied? So a lot of great tips and tricks with a bunch of different products, but what's awesome about this one is it is one product mixed with paint. And that's the DecoArt pouring medium. Now, what I'm going to do with my messy hands is get another piece of the cardstock. Okay, and again, what would I use this for? You know what? Oh, cute. Love the way it lifted up and pulled on that. Cut it up and use it for a background on a card. Tear it up and use it in your art journal. Scan it in your computer and use it for some collage paper. So many cool and different things that you can do with this. Look at those amazing cells right there. Do you see them starting to, especially this little line right here? You can see it a little in that looks like a fish right there. Look at its fin. Do you see that? Maybe upside down. Okay, so that is again the Gelli Arts printing plate. They have those. I got my large one from Dick Blick, and then they were generous and sweet to give me one at the Creativation AFCI show that I just attended in Phoenix. I'm going to lay these to the side and let them dry, and then show you all the pretty cells and colors once it dries. Okay, so let me lay this to the side. Again, it's the gel printing plate by Gelli Arts, the pouring medium by DecoArt, which is graces the cover of their new catalog, so be sure to watch for that in stores, March, April time frame. And then I used the fluid acrylics, didn't use water, didn't use silicone, didn't use anything else, just those two things on my gel plate. Y'all have a great day. Bye.